Hi everyone. Most enterprise today use Amazon Connect for their contact center service. And in almost all cases, they would like to mine that data and derive insights for their decision makers and contact center agents to improve productivity. Now, in this session, we are going to see how recently released features in both Amazon Connect and QuickSight Q can enable those organizations to get the insights from their data faster. My name is Raji. I'm a Principal Solutions Architect with QuickSight team at AWS. For our agenda today, we'll start with a quick introduction of Connect and QuickSight, and then we will see the traditional architecture most of the organizations today follow in extracting contact center data out of Amazon Connect and visualizing in business intelligence tools such as QuickSight. And then we will see a newly released feature in Connect called Analytics Data Lake. And then we'll see high-level features of Amazon Q in QuickSight. And then we will see how those two can be put together for an improved modern architecture to get the Connect analytics for your end users. And then we'll have a quick demo of what we covered. So most of the enterprise, when they use Amazon Connect for contact center, almost all time they end up in building pipeline similar to what is shown in this screen. Most of the time they have to stream the data using Firehose. Sometimes they have to combine it with Kinesis data stream if they wanted to process that data in some other services as well. And then once they stream the data into a data lake in S3, they have to use Glue Crawler to crawl and catalog the data for Athena to query. And then a business intelligence tool such as QuickSight can use that data from Athena. And if we need to run complex ML models, QuickSight integrates with SageMaker. And then users need to create dashboards and analysis within QuickSight for that data. And then in most cases, we need to have the data refreshed. So Connect provides some events for Event Bridge, which again brings a couple of more services in the mix. And finally, you'll end up with an architecture, something similar to what you are seeing in the screen. Maybe your data store might be databases like Redshift or RDS in some cases, but at a high level, this is what is the architecture you end up with. The main challenge for customers with this architecture is that for the data in Connect to be visualized in QuickSight, they need to use multiple different services in between, which means they have to put in time and effort to get that pipeline created, and they need the resources who are skilled with those services. And then all of this means more time, more effort, and more money as well when you use different services for different purpose. And that's where our Connect team thought of solving that challenge, and they came up with what we call as Connect Analytics Data Lake, meaning it is a single source for all contact center data with zero ETL for customers. In that way, the customers don't have to build a complex data pipeline, but they can hook any business intelligence tools to the data lake directly, and the data is curated, cleansed, processed, and transformed, and ready to derive any insights to improve agent contacts or decision makers' data points. Okay, so what that means, what is the benefit out of that? Basically, eliminating complex data pipeline, which means faster insights to the customers, faster insights to the agents, faster insights to the decision makers. And then this also comes in handy when you have a data lake with all the data curated. Custom reports and dashboards can be easily created to improve operational efficiency and customer experience. And then when you have a centralized data store like that, if you want to integrate it with any third-party sources, it is one-stop shop for any such integration. And then with curated data sets, you can do a better AI/ML model across the Connect Contact Center platform for any new optimization opportunities. While this was going on the Connect side, QuickSight team also enriched the dashboard building experience and dashboard consumption experience by using generative BI, which we call it as Amazon Q in QuickSight. At a high level, what Amazon Q can provide is for your dashboard authors, they don't need to know about the data. They don't need to understand everything about the business, and they don't need to know about QuickSight. They can start building their dashboard as soon as their data is ready by using natural language. And that's what is the authoring experience is. And authoring experience inside it contains creating new visuals for dashboard, editing any visuals that is already there, and refining to make a visual and the whole dashboard look and feel better. And that is the author experience. When it comes to the consumer or a reader experience, generative BI, that is Amazon Q in QuickSight, provides something called assisted data storytelling. What it means is that when you have a bunch of visuals in bunch of sheets within a dashboard, if somebody asks you what is going on with my business, it would take anybody to analyze the data and then compare with what is happening to your business domain and then give the finding as a story. And if you give your dashboard, it means that anybody can interpret your data in any way they want. But with storytelling, you are creating a nice story about your data with available LLMs, and then you are kind of giving them how to read your dashboards with much more context in a cohesive business story. And that's what assisted data storytelling is. And then it doesn't stop there. In case if your users have any question on the dashboard you release to them, or if they want any ad hoc analysis or ad hoc insights, usually they come to a technical person or a data analyst to know what's happening in the data. With generative BI, what they could do is they can just ask question about the data in plain English in the tool itself and get the answer within seconds. On top of this generative BI experience is available for you to embed in any custom application you would like, so that you can enrich your offering with your data. So now, how can we combine these advanced features that are released in both technologies? How can we use this streamlined data pipeline that is curated and ready for the analytics? And then how can we enrich that data with visualization quicker and faster? That's where Connect and QuickSight together comes into picture. And now we will see how this will modify the architecture we saw just a few minutes back. So if you see this, the whole pipeline of taking the Connect data, streaming using Kinesis data stream, Firehose using Event Bridge, all those, even Glue Catalog, all those is being replaced by Amazon Analytics Data Lake. And then it hooked to Athena. So QuickSight can federate using Athena queries and pull the data as usual. And in case if you need to run any ML models on it, you can do that by QuickSight SageMaker integration. And then you can create a QuickSight Q topic on top of that data for natural language querying. Okay, and both of these features, Data Lake with Connect and QuickSight Q, both of them are basically natural language based, no code. Sorry, this is not natural language based, but it's a single click setup. But this is the natural language based, which means you don't need to write any code for the whole pipeline. Now we will have a quick demo of what we have seen so far. So I'm not going to go into how to set up a Connect contact workflow and whatnot. I'm going to use an already existing Connect instance, and I'll show you where you have to enable the contact center data lake. It's inbuilt within the console itself. Reload. So I have one Connect instance created here. If you click on that, You see a bunch of different things on the left side menu. This is the one that we are going to focus on this. This is a newly released one. It came out in Q2 of this year. And if you click here, you would see that there is a way to add a data share. Means the connect data from the instance, this connect instance can be shared using this feature with any account or the same account. Once you provide the target account ID, Connect presents with different types of the data that is available within Connect to share. This is actually all the data types that is available in Connect today. There are 7 different data types, including contact trace records, agent queue stats, contact flow. You are seeing the whole list here. You can pick and choose whichever one you want. You can choose multiple things. And then once you confirm, all these data sets will be shared with the account ID you are providing here. I'm not going to set this up currently, but just to give you an idea. Once this account ID has the share for all the data types in this Connect instance, a person who admin on that particular account can accept the share and map the tables so that the tables will be available for them in Athena automatically. They don't have to do any schema provisioning, any crawler setup or anything like that. All the tables will be available based on the share. And in case you might have a question, what if my contact flow changes, if I have more attributes, what happens? Actually, the data lake automatically changes your schema. You don't have to go and change anything once you set it up. Okay. And then you might have a question of how often the data refresh happens. It takes some time to process the data and push it, but currently, officially, we say that less than an hour. Once a call is placed, you will get the data reflected in your data lake, and hence you can query here in Athena. Okay. Once the data is here in Athena, you can connect to business intelligence tools such as QuickSight. For that, I'm not going to show you the whole data set creation in QuickSight, but I wanted to highlight on the generative BI capabilities. So let me switch to this one. So this particular dashboard is built off of the contact center data from Amazon Connect. And this has been processed and modified for some aggregations and whatnot. And basically the idea is, okay, as a BI developer, somebody or data analyst, they might have created a dashboard and released it to a customer. And now a reader or consumer of your dashboard is asking for more, or as an author, you want to create one more sheet to this dashboard. How can you use QuickSight Q to do it without without writing anything yourself, but just using the natural language. Okay. So here you are seeing various insights and some visuals. And say that we wanted to add one more sheet. And we will add this sheet as an interactive dashboard sheet. And now up above in the bar, you see a build visual. That is the new generative BI feature. And here we can ask questions in plain English. Here I'm saying calls by customer. And you get the visual. And if you want to add a bunch more different charts, the second one I'm trying to add is monthly call trends. So similarly, let's add a few more. Like I know this data went through SageMaker for churn prediction. So I'm asking prescriber at risk as another visual in it. And then add one more visual. So this is kind of how you create visuals by using natural language. In case if your visual has ambiguous result, Q will provide you with more options to pick and choose whichever one you prefer. And now in this case, we are editing this visual, adding more outcome to it. and then change the title. In this visual, we are going to change the whole visual by adding more data and changing it into a table. So now I'm saying change to table and add call details, meaning I can use multiple actions within the same prompt. And then I can conditionally format this visual. Now I'm doing color it to red when churn is yes. So this is basically editing the visual using GenVI. So you can do all kinds of formatting. You can add calculations. You can change the layout and whatnot. Once you release this particular dashboard to your users, they can ask questions. This is the consumer part, asking questions on your data. Now let's say that they wanted to know more about call details. Once they say call details, QuickSight queue reads your data, picks up the total call volume or the total queue time and highest queued call, and then comparing it with few other metrics, and then it gives a bunch of different visuals here. You can provide the feedback. And then what if I wanted to know more about hanged calls, because this gave me the call details, but I want to be more specific on hanged calls. And now QuickSight queue here, if you see, in addition to the narratives from the data, what you see here is I asked most hanged calls. You see Q interpreted this as total calls by call ID for the outcome as hanged. And it was using kind of like lowest to highest to lowest. But then in case if we wanted to have this analysis done in certain other way, Q also gives us a chance to see whether we want it to be in a different way, like unique calls by call month for the hanged outcome, or do you want it by date and whatnot. So this is an example of user asking a question that can point to an ambiguous data point within your data set, and Q trying to fetch one of that is most suited based on all different elements in your dashboard, but also give the user an option to change in case user wants to change. And now user can pick either keep this one or pick either one of these two. So the moment that particular thing is pick, the whole data changes for whatever the answer user picked. And now with all this, there is something called executive summary that can give you a highlight of what is happening in different sheets. Where it comes handy is like when you have bunch of visuals, when you have a bunch of sheets within a dashboard, you want to know what are the metrics you need to focus on, and you want your management or other folks to know. That's when this comes in handy. With just one click, you can get what is happening in your dashboard and share it with other folks. You can copy the answers if you like and modify it to wherever you are presenting. But in a nutshell, if you see here, it is highlighting the total calls, and then it's also giving you a little bit of a forecast as to what some increase in total calls during February and the reasons for them. And then it is also bringing in the top 3 call sources and top 3 outcomes and so on. Okay. And in case if you like this, you can just mark it as review for accuracy and give the feedback so that the other users who are using this will know that somebody acknowledged it. And now in most cases, bullet points, bunch of dashboards won't cut it. That's where the context for the data is more relevant. Over here, we are building a data story with your call center data. And for that, you start by adding visuals from the dashboard you have access to. We will pick a bunch of visuals from the dashboard we were working on. And then for Q, we just need to tell that we want to build a story on this call center data. Maybe analyze this data, give me the basically the prompt we gave just few seconds back. What we are saying is like analyze the call center data and provide the efficiency on call trends and risky subscribers, and also provide some recommendation for improving productivity or efficiency. And once you click the build, you see that QuickSight Q is starting to build a very structured document with the title, introduction, and sections for the data it finds more relevant about. And what you are seeing here is some data points from your data with the narrative from LLM for that data. And most of the times, you may wanted to edit the data. You don't want to be stuck with whatever AI generated. That's where this inline editing with the data story comes into picture. So you are not limited with AI generated. We are having machine and human work in tandem to create the better experience for the users. Okay, it's not just changing title and prepare by, but you can change how things are. Say for example, Q gave you a paragraph and you didn't like it, you wanted to make a shorter or longer, or maybe make it as a bullet point. You can use Q to do that. In case if you don't like a section at all, you can delete them. In case if you want to add a whole new section and put your own narrative on top of what Q gave you, you can do it. The idea here is you can help the users to put the context around the data and come up with a cohesive story on your business. Okay. Now here we are adding few more bullet points to already created document. And then you see that Q has given some recommendations, hypothesis, and next step with a conclusion. And now, if you don't like this background, you can change it. But now we are doing a preview. Like this is the way your users will see it after you edited and published the dashboard. If you don't like any of these things, you can go back to the editor and change it. Now, let's change the look to darker theme and preview it. Once you like what you see here, you can publish it to other users in your account. So this is actually in a nutshell how generative BI can help you add different visuals based on your data, and how you can have a different Q&A feature enabled for your readers, and how you can add a data story to the structure. A QuickSight Q works on top of your data set with a QuickSight Q topic. Q topic is the place where you would tune your data set to answer to most of the business questions that your users are asking. You can control the context. You can enrich the topic by adding semantic type as to what each data element means within your data set.